What's good, family? It's your big bruh, Benny Zeal. Just want to tell you guys a little bit about my new song, Slave, featuring Shaad Payton. Um, it's a song that really comes from the heart. It talks about a little bit about some of the struggles that I've had in my walk with God, and just a little bit about even some of the things that I did before God came into my life. Well, it stems from Romans chapter 6, where it talks about how we were formerly slaves to sin, and how once Christ came into our lives, we were no longer slaves, and that's through God's grace that we no longer have to obey the desires of our flesh and the desires of our sin. So it kind of conveys that as best as I could in my lyrics. I kind of try to draw the picture for you guys and see what sin does to you and how it makes you feel after you've committed that sin, especially as a person that is now in Christ. The conviction and sometimes even condemnation that you feel after committing sins and being stuck in a sinful place. And you have to remind yourself that that you're no longer a slave to that. That's no longer who you are, and that's no longer the things that you do. But because of the grace of God, that you're covered. You're covered in God's grace and wrapped in His love, and His mercies new every morning. So it's a great way to feel. It's a great thing to know that you are no longer a slave. That your chains have been broken through Jesus Christ. And that song I try my best to convey it. I talk a little bit about my struggle with pornography. Talk a little bit about my struggle with masturbation and, drugs and alcohol, those different things that a lot of people don't like to touch on. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Love you guys. Peace.
Yeah. Loneliness and pride, boastfulness and lust of the eyes. One more former masters that led to my demise. See a wolf in sheep's clothing looks good in their disguise. What I thought was the free life really wasn't liberty. Entangled by the laws of the land, by the enemies. He living for the whips and the chains was a statue. Instead it tore me down and kept me broken like a fracture. Failed missions and living like vicious, living like the wicked. But Jesus made a difference when He died up on that tree. He already set the standard, His blood has set me free. He already ripped that bandage, now I'm off for bravery. No longer in slavery, destroyed it at the roots. Ask Kunta if he feeling me. I'd rather be a slave to the one that came to save, instead of in the grave with the bile and the shame. I proclaim I'm not a slave.
I've been changed, Christ's blood in my veins. I will never be the same. I'm not a slave, I'm not a slave. Yeah, I've been free. Christ came and washed away my history. I'm not a slave, I'm not a slave. I've been changed. Yeah. Christ's blood in my veins. I will never be the same. I'm not a slave, I'm not a slave. I've been free. Christ came and washed away my history. I'm not a slave, I'm not a slave.
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning, man, and all these chains are holding me. Morning wood has got me good, now I'm a slave to the lust in me. I feel the whips of guilt, spit on by condemnation. You say that Christ can heal, but I don't want that conversation. Feel like my life was wasted, suicide I contemplated. Yeah, I contemplated, I thought about it, but I'm too much of a punk to just be about it. So I cry my tears, put on my chains. Insecurities bind me, I deal with the pain. And I believe in my heart that I'll never see change. It gets darker, I can't see, and I just wanna black out, but my flesh awakens me. Hope for me, I couldn't see, but my salvation was sealed on those wooden beams. Now I'm loose from the chains, dog off the leash, and Christ is smacking their hands like balls off for me. Slave, yeah, I've been changed. Christ's blood in my veins. I will never be the same. I'm not a slave, I'm not a slave. I've been free. Yeah, Christ came and washed away my history. I'm not a slave, I'm not a slave. I've been changed. Christ's blood in my veins. I will never be the same. I'm not a slave, I'm not a slave. I've been free. Yeah, Christ seeking salvation in sex lives, videotape. Them DVDs and CDs was my way of escape. My boys couldn't see it, cause they was blinded too. I found Christ in the end, I pray they find him too. I was a slave for so long, I thought it was the norm. But the wages of sin told me I was dead wrong. Now I'm dead to them ways, kill them dead every day. 66 feet deep, no flowers for the grave. I've been remade now, I'm getting paid now. My blessing came from above, I'm not a slave now.
I've been changed, Christ's blood in my veins. I will never be the same. I'm not a slave, I'm not a slave. I've been free. Christ came and washed away my history. I'm not a slave, I'm not a slave. I've been changed, Christ's blood in my veins. I will never be the same. I'm not a slave, I'm not a slave. I've been free. Christ came and washed away my history. I'm not a slave, I'm not a slave.